Hi, how you doing? I'm Tom, and on this channel I buy and sell second-hand minis, and I sell mainly on eBay under Black Ford Minis. I just do this to support my hobby, as let's face it, collecting Warhammer isn't exactly cheap. And what it means is I have quite a lot of stuff coming in, and every time I open it up, it gives me a smile, and I thought I'd try and share that smile with you guys. So I've had the next lot come in. I've got an idea what it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's crack it open and have a look. It's pretty heavily packed up, which is good, because I've had people send me stuff in absolutely shocking condition before. One of the worst ones was I bought a Space Wolf army. I spent quite a lot of money on it. It was about 300 quid. I opened it up and had just got one bit of bubble wrap put on top and £300 worth of Space Wolves from a new edition as well. It's been rattling around in the box and got all broken. The most frustrating part was he had a dreadnought, and on the basing of a dreadnought he'd glued a rock on there, which looked really cool, but equally it meant there was a rock in the box and that was just smashing its way through all the Marines. I ended up sending it back at the end. I was not impressed in the slightest. The fun thing about buying and selling is that you just never know what you're going to get. So it looks like we've got ourselves some Blood Angels here. Let's have a look. So we've got the classic Librarian sculpt there. Looks fairly well painted. Nothing exceptional, pretty good. Okay, so we got some Sanguinary Guard, I think is how you say it, which is the jetpacked version of a Blood Angel Assault Intercessors, I guess. Painted fairly well. There's a hand missing on that, so hopefully I will find the missing sword or whatever is supposed to be in that hand. Another one there. He's had an attempt at painting up the power sword. It's not exceptional. That's pretty cool. I have to say these sculpts are not as good as the ones that were previous, where you had the big old angel wings. I'm not really a fan of these sort of jetpacks with the little tiny wings on there. Assault Intercessor. Presumably that's a sergeant with a yellow helmet. I'm not 100% sure. Paintwork's alright. So it's likely we're going to have another... Oh no. Looks like he's painted all of the Assault Intercessors with a yellow helmet. Lore-wise, that might have some significance. It does. I don't know what it is. Another Sanguinary Guard there. It's quite a cool one, actually. Okay. That's a Librarian. I already had a Librarian Terminator armor, so it's quite cool to have another one. Painted to a fairly mediocre standard, but yeah, it's cool. Another Sanguinary Guard. Ah, yes, and the missing hand and weapon, which is a spear. Again, has tried to paint lightning, or she has tried to paint lightning on the spear tip. It's not great, but you're right. Then looks like here, yeah, we've got some aggressors. Painted a bit better. Another one there. Aggressors painted up to a decent standard. Probably get 20 quid a squad. Yeah, it's done a bit of edge highlighting on the helmets on these. It's kind of cool. They're magnetised as well, which is always a nice touch. And then we have got the Lieutenant Blade Guard type fella from the Indomitus set there. I forget what these guys are called. Interceptors, maybe. But they've got the Gravis armour with the dual weld bolt guns. Kind of airborne aggressors is how I think of them. Okay. It's a bit of a mix at the moment. Look, there we go. There's another aggressor there. Ah, so it looks like we might have a squad of maybe 6. There you go, another aggressor. And presumably there's going to be one more somewhere. Or, I could be wrong. Another one of these fellows. And, oh yeah. The final one of those. And that looks like a lieutenant for assault intercessors. Now, I don't know much about this, but I'm pretty sure that he is a Imperial Fist. My lore with Imperial Fist really isn't that great. It's kind of painted in a bit of a grim, dark style. And we appear to have Blood Angel's captain painted up. Ah, there we go. That looks like that's the last aggressor there. So that's 6 aggressors. Oh. Another Sanguinary Guard. I've not actually had these before. Not these new ones from 10th. Another Sanguinary Guard. So that takes me up to 6 of those, if I don't throw them off the table. And then it looks like we've got some heavy intercessors painted up as Blood Angels as well. Another heavy intercessor, obviously in the Gravis armour there. Assault intercessor, so there's 2 down there already. Assault intercessor. Heavy intercessor. Heavy intercessor. And yet another heavy intercessor. So there you go. It's a pretty good little haul. Pretty happy with that. With some cool models. Painted all right. Put those up. And hopefully that will help me buying some more stuff for my armies. There's really not enough in it to make a living out of this, but it's a bit of fun, and it means you to get quite a few models coming in and out. So everyone loves a Mini. There you go. Brilliant. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And see you for next time. Cheers. Bye.